Once you've entered the shelter system, your name carries weight, not of trust, but of stigma. People assume you failed, but what failed was the city. Atlanta isn't short on homes. It's short on affordable ones. Developers continue building condos for the wealthy, not apartments for the workers. Neighborhoods flip into high-end enclaves, while longtime residents are pushed to the margins or out entirely. It's not just gentrification, it's erasure. And with every family priced out, with every eviction unnoticed, the city loses a piece of its soul. The collapse of affordability is not just a housing issue, it's a moral one. Because when a city forces its backbone into the street...
And that's how it's gonna be. It's gonna be cluttered with people going crazy, fighting over crumbs and shit, like I showed you on the video, before. It's gonna be mayhem. So, all the folks that's thinking that they up and shit, they just, riding in Hellcats and they got nice houses, they eating Roman noodles, hot dogs. So, I don't mean to laugh, but hey, you got still roaches and swarming and moving around, creeping and crawling around and stepping on them and shit. And they ain't even got no roach spray enough to get it out. So, ain't nobody gonna be able to talk about nobody, call nobody broke, or saying nothing about nobody. So.
And tells them to try harder. It's not building prosperity. It's building a mirage, one that shatters the moment you can no longer pay to see it. You can smell it before you see it. A sharp, chemical ghost that lingers near alleys, shelters, and underpasses. It drifts through the tent cities and abandoned lots like a silent fog, unnoticed by most, but unmistakable.
So why go around trying to impress? We wear things to look nice and to just enjoy it, not to try to make nobody feel bad about themselves. They feel bad about themselves. That's a personal thing then. You can't hate on me because I'm dressed nice. Fuck you, motherfucker. And that's how I feel with anybody. I congratulate. Ain't no hater, Look nice, you look nice. That's you. Do your thing, I'm gonna do mine. But at the same time, what I'm saying? You can't call nobody broke because they're gonna be struggling motherfuckers from everywhere. That's why you bitches trying to find somebody to leech on and gravitate to. Oh, I want a Superman. They're gonna save me from my problems. Like, gonna be problems for him. Superman can't even fight the kryptonite. Fuck you talking about, stupid ass bitch. And see, at the same time, I show videos to demonstrate. Motherfucker been hating on me since the beginning. I love it though, cause I predicted everything. You know what I'm saying? I talked about all this shit. Everything, you know what I'm saying? I went through the hell, the storm, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I did that. You know what I'm saying?
To those who live among it. This is not just homelessness. This is addiction. And in Atlanta's shadowed corners, fentanyl has become the quiet executioner.
More than 100,000 Americans die from a drug overdose every year. And one of the...
No, that what happens, see? And the drugs out there, you gotta be careful what weeds you buy from out there and everything. Everything in Atlanta you gotta watch out for. Yeah, you got smoke the wrong weed, you're a dummy motherfucker. Somebody hates your ass to the death. They lace your shit, it's over with.
Driving factors is a powerful narcotic known as fentanyl. It's used to treat patients with severe chronic pain, like advanced cancer patients. But it's also being mixed into illegal drugs.
It doesn't shout. It whispers. A single hit is cheap, easier to find than a bed, quicker to numb than any counselor, any clinic. For many on the streets, it becomes a cruel medicine masking trauma, softening hunger, silencing the cold. But fentanyl doesn't heal. It erases, piece by piece. People fall asleep and never wake up. Overdoses aren't rare, they're routine. Ambulances show up not in panic, but in habit. Narcan is administered like a morning ritual. A man collapses on Memorial Drive, revived, only to return the next night, chasing the same high that nearly ended him. A woman near Edgewood vanishes for days, only to be found slumped behind a dumpster, her world reduced to a lighter, a foil sheet, and a name no one remembers. And still, the city barely blinks. Addiction isn't just present. It's thriving in the vacuum created by neglect. When mental health care is inaccessible, when trauma goes untreated, When people are exiled from shelters for failing drug tests, they turn to what's available. Fentanyl is available and unforgiving. The shame? It's not just in the overdoses. It's in how normal they've become. No one runs anymore when someone goes down. No one screams. They've seen it too many times. The sirens arrive. The body stirs. Or it doesn't. Either way, life on the sidewalk carries on, numb and unshaken. The city blames the users, but the truth is simpler and harder to face. Fentanyl didn't cause this crisis. It filled the silence left by the systems that failed. And until we address the pain behind the use, until we offer healing instead of punishment, shelter instead of shame, we're not just watching people die, we're letting them. Because the question isn't why do they use, it's why no one showed up before they had to. When everything collapses, job, home, health, the last hope is the safety net. The idea that someone, somewhere, will catch you before you hit the bottom. But in Atlanta, that net is frayed, patched together, and barely hanging on. Shelters here are not sanctuaries. They're lotteries. On winter nights, people stand in long, shivering lines hoping to claim one of the few available cots. Mothers with children, elderly men with failing knees, young people with nowhere else to go. Some wait for hours.
Everybody going crazy, attacking each other like wild animals, man. Says that in the Bible, man. Be buckle up, man. This is just the beginning, man.
Only to be turned away. The beds fill up. The doors close. And the line becomes a procession back into the cold. If you do get a spot, it's temporary. Most shelters operate on a night-by-night basis. You're expected to leave by dawn, carrying everything you own. There's no stability, no sense of home, just the nightly ritual of uncertainty, repeated endlessly. And it gets worse. Shelters have rules, strict ones. People battling mental illness, often excluded. Those recovering from addiction, denied entry without clean tests or paperwork. And what about someone with a dog? The only companion they have left. They're out of luck.
Oh, crazy.
Most shelters won't allow pets, even if that animal is all that stands between them and despair. So